the anonymous, heroes or villains? In the vast expanse of the digital cosmos, one name echoes louder than most: Anonymous. This decentralized international hacktivist group is shrouded in mystery, known only by their signature Guy Fawkes mask. Their reputation precedes them, for they're infamous for their cyber attacks against governmental, corporate and religious institutions. Their actions, however, paint a picture that's more complex than mere cyber vandalism. To some, they are digital Robin Hoods, championing for the voiceless and standing against injustice. They expose corruption, fight censorship, and spotlight the misdeeds of the powerful. Yet, to others, they are cyber terrorists, wreaking havoc and chaos with their digital onslaughts, disrupting lives and violating privacy. The world of Anonymous is a paradox, a dichotomy of good and evil, right and wrong. Today we delve into the world of Anonymous, their major operations, and the prevailing question: are they heroes or villains? To understand Anonymous, we must first explore their beginnings. Emerging from the chaotic depths of the internet, Anonymous was born in 2003 on the image board 4chan. An anonymous image board, 4chan was a digital playground where users could freely express their thoughts without the burden of identity. It was here within this maelstrom of memes and internet culture that the seed of Anonymous was planted. Initially, the group was more of a loose collective of internet users participating in pranks and trolling. Their actions were often random, chaotic, and seemingly without purpose. They were, in essence, the epitome of internet culture, unpredictable, irreverent, and often hilarious. They reveled in their anonymity and the power it gave them to disrupt the normal flow of things. However, as time progressed, so did Anonymous. The turning point came in 2008 with what is now known as Project Chanology. This was a protest against the Church of Scientology, sparked by the church's attempts to remove a highly unflattering video of Tom Cruise from the internet. Anonymous saw this as an infringement on the freedom of information and decided to act. Project Chanology was a significant shift for Anonymous. It marked the transition from a group of internet trolls to a more serious activist entity. They began using their collective power to fight against what they perceived as injustices and threats to freedom of information. Their methods included DDoS attacks, public awareness campaigns, and even physical protests outside Scientology centers. The collective, once just a bunch of internet pranksters, had evolved into a force to be reckoned with. They were no longer just about causing chaos for the fun of it. They had a purpose, a mission, to protect the freedom of information and to fight against perceived injustices. It was Project Chanology that marked the transformation of Anonymous from internet trolls to a formidable force of hacktivism. Anonymous has been involved in numerous high-profile operations. Let's delve into some of the most significant ones that have left a lasting impact and stirred substantial controversy. First up, let's talk about Operation Payback. In late 2010, a series of coordinated cyber attacks were launched by Anonymous against various entities. Their targets: organizations that opposed internet piracy. The operation saw the likes of the Motion Picture Association of America and the recording industry. Association of America fall victim to distributed denial of service attacks, or DDoS for short. These attacks overwhelmed their websites, rendering them inaccessible. The operation was a clear demonstration of the group's power and reach. Next, we move on to Operation Avenge Assange. This operation was a reaction to the arrest of Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. In December of 2010, Assange was arrested in London, and in response, Anonymous targeted companies that had severed ties with WikiLeaks, including PayPal, MasterCard, and Visa. These companies were hit with DDoS attacks, disrupting their services and sparking a global conversation about the role of corporations in limiting free speech and information. And then there's Operation Tunisia. This operation came to life in the early days of 2011, amid the Tunisian revolution. Anonymous targeted the Tunisian government's websites, launching DDoS attacks and helping local activists bypass government censorship. The group also released a toolkit to assist Tunisians in protecting their digital identity. Operation Tunisia marked a shift in Anonymous's activities, from defending internet freedom to actively supporting political revolutions. These operations have not been without controversy. Critics argue that Anonymous's methods are illegal and destructive, undermining the very principles of law and order. They caution that the group's activities, while seemingly noble, can have unintended consequences, potentially putting innocent people's data and privacy at risk. On the other hand, supporters of Anonymous view the group as champions of internet freedom and defenders of the oppressed. They argue that in a world where governments and corporations often act with impunity, Anonymous serves as a necessary check and balance, a digital Robin Hood of sorts. Each operation has left its mark, shaping the narrative about Anonymous and their mission. Their actions have triggered conversations about internet freedom, corporate responsibility, and the role of hacktivism in our increasingly digital world. In the end, whether you view them as heroes or villains may depend on where you stand on these issues. But one thing is certain, Anonymous has proven time and again that they have the power to disrupt, to influence and to provoke thought and debate. Each operation fueled the debate about Anonymous. Are they freedom fighters or cyber anarchists? The answer, it seems, is as complex and multifaceted as the group itself. Not everyone sees Anonymous as heroes. Indeed, the group has faced its fair share of criticisms. One of the key issues raised is their lack of accountability. Operating behind the cloak of anonymity, the group's members are free to act without fear of personal consequences. This lack of transparency can and has led to potential abuse of power. Critics argue that the absence of a governing body or checks and balances within Anonymous means that anyone can act under the banner of the group. This freedom, while enticing to some, has led to instances where the group's actions have been questionable and even damaging. The potential for misuse of the group's power is a concern that many have raised, pointing to instances where innocent individuals or organizations have been targeted based on false or misleading information. But it's not just criticism that Anonymous has had to face. The group has also encountered legal actions with law enforcement agencies worldwide working to unmask and prosecute its members. In one high-profile case, a member known as Sabu was arrested and turned informant for the FBI, leading to the arrest of other key members. This not only dealt a blow to the group's operations, but also raised questions about trust and loyalty within its ranks. These arrests have had a significant impact on the group. Not only do they disrupt ongoing operations, but they also serve as a stark reminder to members that their actions have real-world consequences. The risk of prosecution and jail time is a very real threat, and one that has undoubtedly led some members to reconsider their involvement with the group. In conclusion, while Anonymous may be seen by some as a force for good, fighting against corruption and injustice, the group's methods and lack of accountability have led to considerable criticism. Furthermore, the legal actions taken against its members have shown that even in the world of cyber activism, no one is truly anonymous. The actions of Anonymous have had real-world consequences, not just for their targets, but for the members themselves. In the ever-evolving digital landscape, Anonymous remains a significant player. The group continues to act as a symbol of resistance against perceived injustices, harnessing the power of the web to challenge the status quo. In recent times, their operations have expanded in scope and sophistication, responding to the mounting concerns surrounding online surveillance and censorship. In the past few years, Anonymous has been linked to several high-profile operations. These include launching cyber attacks against oppressive regimes, exposing corruption, and advocating for internet freedom. Their actions, while controversial, highlight their unwavering commitment to their founding principles of promoting transparency and challenging authority. Yet the group's methods continue to draw criticism. They operate in the shadowy corners of the internet, their identities shrouded in mystery. This anonymity, while it serves to protect their members, also raises questions about accountability and the potential for misuse of power. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. What is undeniable, however, is the group's ongoing relevance in the digital age. As we move further into the 21st century, the issues Anonymous seeks to address, online surveillance, censorship, and the preservation of freedom on the internet, are only growing in importance. Their actions, whether one agrees with them or not, continue to spark conversations about these critical topics. Looking ahead, it's difficult to predict the future trajectory of Anonymous. The group is fluid, its membership constantly changing, its operations evolving in response to the shifting digital landscape. But one thing is clear, Anonymous has left an indelible mark on the world of cyber activism. Ultimately, whether Anonymous are heroes or villains may depend on one's perspective. What's certain is their indelible impact on the digital landscape and the ongoing fight for online freedom and accountability. Before we wrap this fascinating exploration of Anonymous, we'd like to remind you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this one. By subscribing, you're not just joining our community, you're also staying updated with our latest content, exploring intriguing topics, and delving into the complex world of digital activism and beyond. We also encourage you to hit that like button if you found this video informative and interesting. Your likes help us understand what content resonates with you, and it also helps to spread the word about our channel. So if you think this video could spark an enlightening conversation among your friends or followers, don't hesitate to share it. Thank you for spending your time with us today and for your ongoing support. It's your engagement that allows us to continue bringing you well-researched and thought-provoking content. Remember, your support is our motivation, so subscribe, like, and share. In our next video, we'll be diving into another intriguing topic, so stay tuned and we'll see you in the next one.